Hey there, A's Day fans. Welcome to our latest edition of A's Player Preview and Prediction as we talk about one A's player per day all the way up until A's opening day on Friday, March 27th, as the A's are gearing up to take on the defending American League champion Toronto Blue Jays up at the Rogers Center. Should be an exciting environment to kick off the 2026 campaign. Until then, we are going to move on and head to the position player group as we talk about another infielder today, one of their newest on the team, someone that has been around quite some time now and will add a strong veteran presence to this young clubhouse. As of course, we're talking about recently acquired second baseman Jeff McNeil. McNeil is a native of Santa Barbara, California, and is entering his age 34 season. He has 8 seasons under his professional belt, debuting back in 2018 for the Mets, where he spent the entirety of his career up until this point. The New York Mets, as we get to know McNeil's journey a bit, the Mets originally selected McNeil in the 12th round of the 2013 Major League Baseball draft. After signing, McNeil made his professional debut that summer with the Kingsport Mets, hitting .329 in 47 games. He played 2014 with the Savannah Sand Gnats and St. Lucie Mets, hitting .292 with 3 home runs, 51 RBIs, and 17 stolen bases in 117 games. And 2015 with St. Lucie and Binghamton Mets, slashing .308, a .369 on base, and .377 slugging percentage with 1 home run, 40 RBIs, and 16 stolen bases in 123 games. In 2016, McNeil began using an unorthodox knobless bat given to him by Mets minor league hitting coordinator Lamar Johnson. He thenforth began using knobless bats exclusively. He played in only 51 games combined in 2016 and 17 with Binghamton, St. Lucie, and the Las Vegas 51s due to numerous injuries. McNeil started 2018 with the Binghamton Rumble Ponies and was promoted to Las Vegas during the season. McNeil was then promoted to the Major Leagues on July 24th, 2018. He recorded his first Major League hit that night at Citi Field against Phil Hughes of the San Diego Padres on the first pitch he saw. On July 31st, McNeil hit his first Major League home run off Tanner Roark of the Washington Nationals. In his rookie season with the Mets, he batted .329, a .381 on base, and .471 slugging percentage in 225 at-bats. He led all MLB hitters with 140 or more plate appearances and batting average against right-handers at .345. McNeil received 1 vote in the 2018 National League Rookie of the Year award polling, placing him in a 3-way tie for 6th place with Harrison Bader and Yoshisha Hirano. McNeil developed a reputation early in his Major League career as a throwback player, notable for his high contact rate and low strikeout rate. After playing second base in all but 4 defensive games during the 2018 season, McNeil spent the majority of 2019 in left field, given that the Mets traded for second baseman Robinson Cano during that offseason. On June 30th, 2019, McNeil was named to the National League All-Star team, his first selection. On August 5th, 2019, McNeil recorded his 200th career hit and his 599th career at-bat, becoming the fastest Mets player in history to 200 career hits. In 2019, he batted .318 with a .384 on base and .531 slugging percentage with 23 home runs and 75 RBIs. Of all Major League batters, McNeil swung at the highest percentage of pitches, 59.9%, and the highest percentage of pitches inside the strike zone, which was at a very impressive 85%. Heading into the 2020 season, MLB Network ranked McNeil the 5th best third baseman in baseball. In spite of that, McNeil again spent the majority of his games in left field for the Mets. In the pandemic-shortened 2020 season, he batted .311, .383 on base, and .454 slug with 4 home runs and 23 RBIs in 52 games. He became the first Mets player since David Wright in 2005 to 9 to have a batting average of .300 or more in 3 straight seasons. For the 2022 season, McNeil changed his uniform number to 1 so newly signed outfielder Starling Marte could wear number 6. On June 10, 2022, McNeil was named to the 2022 MLB All-Star Game as a representative for the National League, the second selection of his career. Originally chosen as a reserve for the squad, he wound up as the starting second baseman after Miami Marlins second baseman Jazz Chisholm Jr. decided not to play due to injury. He was the first Mets position player to start an All-Star game since David Wright in 2013. McNeil went 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch and a ground out in the game. McNeil finished the 2022 season with a .326 batting average, the highest batting average of all qualified Major League batters, winning the National League batting title. He was the first Met to do so since Jose Reyes back in 2011. He also became the first Met in franchise history to lead MLB in batting average. McNeil had the lowest called strike plus whiff rate in the majors at 19%. He described the season as a bounce-back year from a comparatively poor 2021. It was described in The Athletic as a massive rebound. On November 10, 2022, McNeil won his first career Silver Slugger Award for second baseman. He was the first Met to win the award since Yoenis Cespedes in 2016. He also became the first Met second baseman to win the award since Edgardo Alfonso in 1999. On January 27, 2023, McNeil agreed to a 4-year, $50 million contract extension with the Mets, including a 5th-year club option. On August 5th, he hit the 50th home run of his career off of Baltimore Orioles starting pitcher Kyle Gibson. McNeil played in a career-high 156 games for the team in 2023, hitting .270 with a .333 on base and .378 slugging percentage with 10 home runs, 55 RBIs, and 10 stolen bases. On September 28th, McNeil was placed on the injured list with a partially torn UCL in his right elbow. He additionally received a platelet-rich plasma injection and avoided surgery. On September 6, 2024, McNeil fractured his right wrist when he was hit by a pitch from Cincinnati Reds pitcher Brandon Williamson, and it was revealed that he would likely miss 6 to 8 weeks, which ended his regular season. On September 8th, the Mets placed McNeil on the 10-day injured list, ending his season after 129 games, in which he slashed .238, a .308 on base, and .384 slugging percentage with 12 home runs and 44 RBIs. After missing the first 2 rounds of the Mets' postseason run, McNeil was added to their 26-man roster for the 2024 NLCS. He had 2 sacrifice flies in Game 5 and had a 9th-inning RBI single in Game 6 against the Los Angeles Dodgers. Across 5 games in the 2024 postseason, McNeil struggled as he went 2 for 11 with 3 RBIs. Jeff McNeil started the season this past year on the injured list with a right oblique strain that sidelined him until late April. He ended it in a 4 for 46 slump. In between, he was inconsistent, but provided good value and defensive versatility in his 8th year with the Mets. His best month was June, when he hit .264, a .323 on base, and .483 slug with 5 homers and 14 RBIs, and reminded manager Carlos Mendoza of his 2024 second half. McNeil posted a .923 OPS after the All-Star break in 2024, with 7 home runs in 41 games, before he was hit by a pitch and fractured his right wrist, ending his regular season. McNeil, 3 years removed from a batting title, still made contact at an elite level. His strikeout percentage is in the 94th percentile, and his whiff percentage is in the 89th per Baseball Savant. McNeil's strikeout percentage would be 12th in MLB and led the Mets if he had enough plate appearances to qualify. He came up 40 plate appearances short. But after a solid August at the plate, which was .276, .339 on base, and .459 slug with 3 homers and 15 RBIs, September was rough. McNeil went 14 for 75 in September for a .187 batting average, posting a .514 OPS, and on September 12th, he was ejected for the first time in his career. He argued a call strike 3 from Jacob deGrom during an 8-3 loss to the Texas Rangers. Following the season, McNeil underwent a procedure to address thoracic outlet syndrome. On December 22, 2025, the Mets traded McNeil and cash considerations to the Athletics in exchange for minor league pitcher Yordan Rodriguez. Overall, McNeil's offensive numbers this season were in line with his 2024 stats. He had the same number of home runs, 12, extra base hits, 38, and his batting average was 5 points higher this year and 10 fewer plate appearances. Should be an uptick in offensive production due to the hitter-friendly confines of Sutter Health Park. So looking forward to this very intriguing trade acquisitions that the A's have brought in to bolster their infield. And I think what McNeil brings to this A's team is veteran experience and versatility. Yes, like I mentioned at the top of the show, I introduced him as the second baseman. That is what he is brought in to do for this team at this current moment. But you never know how injuries may shake out or performance, how if there's regression in certain areas, you can move McNeil to third base. You can move him to all 3 outfield spots if you need. You can really move him, I'm sure, to shortstop and to pitch. I don't think he has experience there, but someone that's sure-handed around the diamond. If you needed him to really go there for a game, I think McNeil would handle himself just fine. But love this move because I think also it's going to really teach this young, potent offense command of the strike zone and increase in patience. I think it's going to really help them develop a complete offensive philosophy at the plate. McNeil has always been regarded as a tough out, one of the toughest hitters in baseball to strike out. He walks at a pretty good clip and does not strike out a whole lot. And I think that is one area where this A's offense can grow, is increasing their walks and decreasing their strikeouts. So why not bring in someone with a McNeil that has done it for nearly a decade now and has done it towards the top of the order in a big market with high expectations. And McNeil does have some playoff experience, so if this A's team is truly gearing up for a postseason run this year, wouldn't be bad to have someone like a McNeil to help teach this young roster what it's like to win consistently and how to handle the pressure and the motions when you're knocking on that postseason berth, if that is what is in store for this team come September, working their way into October. But I think Jeff McNeil is really going to have even more of a bounce-back year. I think he's 100% healthy going into this season. He's gotten the procedure to clean up some lingering issues from last year. I think with health and rejuvenated being in a new home, I'm sure the competitor in McNeil wants to prove to himself, to the league, to his old team, to everyone in baseball, that he is still a potent threat in the middle or top of an order and can still pick it with the best of them, and I think is going to have an immediate impact on the A's team in 2026. The impact, I think it's going to be glowingly positive. So looking forward to watching Jeff McNeil in action in his first season in the green and gold. I would have projected him to be a leadoff hitter. I think that would be good influence on this lineup. But I think with Nick Kurtz projected to be the leadoff hitter, a lot of projections show McNeil batting in the 5-hole, which I think is a good way to reset your order in the middle and pass that baton, continue it to the bottom of the order before passing it and continuing that positive effect towards the top. That's how you have a flowing, congruent lineup, when you have pieces at different parts of your lineup that could be productive in multiple ways. That's when you have a versatile offense, and I think Jeff McNeil adds a lot of that to this A's team as well. So according to Fangraphs, they project him on the 2026 season to hit .263 with 12 home runs, 58 RBIs, a .739 OPS, an 8.2 walk percentage, and a 12.2 K percentage. So they expect him to walk a little less and strike out a bit more, but well, not too far away from his career averages. So for our over-under prediction here at A's Day, we like to take a different stat line for different players and make our prediction for McNeil. Just for fun today, we are going to take a look at his home run line. I think that's way too low. They project him for 12. Not that he is a massive home run hitter. I think the most he's hit in the season is 23. But those were in the confines of Citi Field. That is not a very hitter-friendly park. He's going to be now hitting. Now, I know a little bit more advanced in his career, but wait till he gets to Sutter Health Park and sees those baseballs fly. I think you're going to see an uptick in offensive production from McNeil this year. So we're going to take the over. We're going to predict that McNeil's going to hit 17 or 18 home runs this year. Nothing that's going to blow you away, but certainly something I think the A's will sign up for, especially as long as that walk rate remains consistent and he keeps putting the ball in play and pressure and really remaining vigilant on cutting down on the strikeouts and having that positive effect on this lineup as a collective. With that, that brings us to the close of another edition of A's Player Preview and Prediction. Hope you enjoyed today's edition as we talked about the 2026 outlook for newly acquired Jeff McNeil. If you want to continue the conversation about McNeil or anything about the A's Day fans, check us out on our social media platforms on Instagram at A's Day Baseball Podcast, on X, formerly known as Twitter, at A's Day Baseball, and be sure to check out our YouTube channel for video editions of these episodes, as well as A's player interviews and A's baseball content creation experiences. Be sure to check it out for your viewing pleasure on our YouTube channel. And to become an official subscriber of A's Day, check us out on our Patreon site, patreon.com/A's Day. For just $2 a month, you'll be entered to win monthly A's Day t-shirts, A's autographed memorabilia, future A's game tickets, and so much more as we are able to grow this platform collaboratively. Hope you enjoyed this edition. It's been a joy talking about these A's players, a very fun roster that has been assembled and is gearing up to make another run at it oh so soon for the 2026 campaign. Join us next time as we head back to the pitchers as we talk about the 2026 season outlook for right-handed pitcher JT Ginn. And until next time, Holy Toledo, let's go A's.